.com in clearance. Here's a gorgeous top from Wendy. This is a true classic Wendy Williams. The Poplin Tuxedo Blouse with necktie. Now, one of the first things that Wendy brought to us when she started her fashion career with us here at HSN was a button-down top. I don't know if you remember or not. You know, she's got a full bust. She'll be the first person to tell you that. And she always had a hard time with button-down shirts, sort of doing what my mom called gaposis. And that's when you would have a little gap up here. She called it a disease name. It was kind of cute. Now Wendy has fixed all that. So she's made the placement of these buttons so that you don't have gaposis. You don't have too much of a gap, even if you're fuller chested or not, right? You still have a beautiful placket there. There's the tuxedo pin tucks going all the way down, which is unto itself very, very slimming. You can use the tie, or you don't have to. You can tie it the Y shape, the bow. You could do a necklace. A strand of pearls would be lush and gorgeous, especially with this pearl style button. The colors are in blush, a true blush. Here's the chambray, and there's the white. A great button-down shirt is not always easy to come by. And then if you find one, sometimes it's a real drag because the buttons don't work well across your bust line. Well, these, I believe, will, and that was the whole idea behind the button-down shirt that Wendy brings to us. Extra small through XL, 1X through 3X, and this is another cotton and spandex combination that's 97% cotton and 3% spandex. How many of us got into those shirts that were all cotton, right? And they, oh my gosh, they wrinkled so quickly, they didn't stretch, they just worked against us, but what we're gonna do? We didn't have the spandex going to work for us. Maybe you went and you were shopping in the men's department for these shirts. Well, now it's all ladylike, all good feminine details. And by the way, the jacket that you're seeing Val wear, that's coming up in a little bit, that is from our Labellum collection, I believe. Now, you don't ever have to put that tie with this shirt. You could if you wanted to. It's really nice that she gave us this satin ribbon that's really long. You might even want to wear the satin ribbon with something else. It's just a perfect way to go for a new bow style shirt. Blue, called chambray. Peach, called blush, and there's the white. Now, here, if you do want to keep that ribbon in there, look what she did. She gave us a little, belt loop, but it's a ribbon loop in the back. Slide that through. You could also, use other ribbons if you wanted to, or if you had any necklaces that were, corded style. Heck, you could put a necklace that had a chain to it going through the back there. Why don't all shirts have that now that I'm thinking about it? That should be an excellent addition to all shirts for our jewelry. More on that later on my blog post that I haven't written yet. So anyway, thanks for your selections here. It's a longer button down too. You can see how Val tucked it in the front and let it sort of hang out in the back. It's a very fresh, youthful way to wear this top. It's 28.5 inches if you wear the medium. So you will have plenty of room, almost, it's a tunic length really. Because in my book, and most of the measurements out there in the world, 26 or longer can qualify for a tunic length, depending on your torso. Okay, going fast. Remember, spend $75 in clearance today, and you will have free shipping and handling on that clearance as well.